But I mean, if her parents can't see that this was a ticking time bomb,
Well, they can't.
why?
I don't know.
Because they choose not to, because that's their little angel.
I
Dibby
know. It's
dibby dabby dibby
ridiculous.
dibby 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 dabby dibby dibby.
Now that's funny. My chat never would come back up. We switched over, and I see this one now.
Oh, I got to switch over. Are you guys all staying here? Are you
We're
how
all
you guys watching?
I'll get off
Julie,
when she starts
Kathleen,
reading.
Oh, okay.
Lisa, how are you?
And they don't want to stay up here long, Abby. We were up here one night talking
They're
for
like,
like
come on,
5
show on
minutes.
the road now.
We're live,
And they're like,
guys.
okay, we want to hear them.
We definitely glad to hear you.
They're they want their
Yeah,
text
they are
messages.
like savages about this.
And
Right,
hi,
guys?
Stacy. Hi, Love Life Gal.
20,000 more pages to go, I think.
Hey, Stacy, Love Life Gal. Who else? Lisa, Kathleen. I'm just saying hi to you guys,
Dank,
and then I'll
hi, Dank.
hang up. Hi, Dank.
Hi,
Just give me a
Uncriminy.
chance.
Think.
Who else? Carolyn, I'm looking through this
Uncriminy,
chat.
Denise, Uncriminy, Dank,
Criminy.
Lisa, Kathleen.
I'm not. Yeah, we'll get off of here, guys. We won't hold you up.
Julie,
Denise.
Simpson, Simonson, I can't even say it. Simonson, Simonson,
I don't see her.
Simonson, Julie, Simonson.
Julie, where are you?
Hi, Uncriminy.
Uncriminy?
I'm just going to say, hey,
Uncriminy.
everybody. Now I'm going to mute.
Uncriminy. Uncriminy. I feel like we're playing charades. Uncrimey.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. See? Uncry me a river. Uncry me a river.
I do not see Julie. Are you sure she's
Uncry
here?
me. She's look at the
Oh,
top.
I see her.
Julie
I see her. Simonson. Yeah, Simonson.
Hi, Julie
Simon
Simonson.
says.
Uncry me, she said. Uncry me.
Uncry me. Hi, Jennifer Childs.
Hi, Jennifer Childs.
Come on in the chat. It's time for you to get your name read by multiple people.
Are you related to Julia, Jennifer? Wouldn't that be amazing?
Well, what if she said Julia Child?
Yeah, she is my great aunt.
But isn't that Julia Child without the S?
Julia Child, is it?
Hi, Amy, Justice League.
Hi, Amy.
Hi,
okay,
Amy.
So Amy's got a question, and see if anybody knows the answer. On today's calls, Kenzie explained she could not get as hot as sink water. She got, which was very hot, and her mom said, "Oh, that's good."
I didn't listen.
For her ramen noodles. Oh, you'd better start saying my name right, or we're going to have issues, right? Right, Uncry Me. Absolutely.
I told you, they're savages.
You have a right to be irritated AF at that. So absolutely. Yep,
Hi,
you might be
Pepper.
showing up in the base with the baseball bat, breaking the windows. The place. Hi, Alyssa.
Pepper. Just Pepper. Hello.
Hi, Just Pepper.
Oh gosh, they're gonna start freaking out.
Is everybody ready AF?
I can feel it. They're gonna start turning on us on the panel in a second.
Very salty AF, right? Just Pepper. They're getting salty. Very salt. That thing that doesn't sound cool though. Like I'm surprised they went with that salt. I'm so salt today. I'm salt AF.
Oh gosh, we got it right now. Love Life Gal.
Ready, Love Life Girl says bet. Ready, says Kathleen.
Oh, and Kathleen. Yeah, they're kicking us off.
Okay, I'll be there.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Okay. We'll
Yeah.
see you guys. We'll be there, listening. See you in
Okay,
the
you
chat.
ready? You're ready, AF? Good.
Ready. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Okay. I have to make
See you
myself like a
later.
post. Okay, everybody.
Love ya.
Love ya.
Yeah, fine. Oh, okay, I was going to say, or you can't act like you like me with everybody
Oh, I
listening.
can't act like I have to
Fine,
be, I
yeah,
have to be,
okay. Yeah, all
irritated
right.
AF at you.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, Kate. Look, Kato's there. We haven't seen Kato in a while.
Wait, Kato.
Hi, Kato.
Kato.
Kato
Hi.
Caleb.
Hi, girl. Miss you. Okay, I'm getting off. The
Okay,
sandwiches are getting restless.
ready? Okay, is everybody ready? I know Amy Justice Lee. Okay, I just want to explain something real quick. So what I'm doing is, Amy asked me last night, did we listen to all the calls? And I said, I don't know. I think I counted like 70 calls that they were sent me, but I keep losing count. So what I'm doing, just to make sure we get every call out there, today I put 12 calls, which equates to almost like, I think it's an hour and a half. 5, 4, yeah. It just an hour and a half. So tomorrow I'll put out like another like 12 calls. I'll do that in chunks. And that way every call will get out there, because I don't want to take the chance that we missed one. She was Debbie, no, oh my gosh. Amy was saying, you were saying something about a Michael that she's mentioning about bail. I don't know. I'll have to listen to what call that is. Okay. But I want to get every single call out there. So that's why I'm doing that in the afternoon, just putting them in there just so that every call is out there. Because it's so confusing. Okay. All right, let's go. If you're brand new, green is Mackenzie, blue is Dominic. We are on page, let me see here, 27,534, and the date is March 11th of 2022. Okay, now I'll make myself a postage stamp to make sure you can see. Is the sound okay? Let me just know the sound's okay, not echoing. I'm really not drunk. It's my fat fingers and sensitive keyboard. Well, I don't think you're drunk, hon. What did you did you type something else up there? Why do I think she's drunk? What did you type up there? Oh, I got everything's good. Okay, let's go. So Kenzie says, if you didn't want any of this to happen, then you would have de-escalated the situation and tried to fix it the day off instead of not chasing me and recording and escalating the situation. And there you are with your BS little excuse again. And Dom says, all my actions haven't been actions, they have been reactions. He says, no, because why do I apologize and you don't? Kenzie says, here goes the revolving door. Clearly, you just told me you can't be better. Dom says, and then at one point, I even said, I'll say sorry first, but you have to too. And then you said no. Kenzie says, you're proving my statement. You are a joke. You were just a revolving door with 1 million excuses that mean nothing to nobody. Dom says, no, you're a hypocrite. You were disrespectful first, and then you tried to make me apologize. So I said, if you do, I will. Kenzie responds by saying, what are you not getting about any word that comes out of your mouth means nothing. I don't want you to apologize because it doesn't mean anything. You're just going to do it again like you always do. Literally nothing that comes out of your mouth is a true statement. It's all lies. Even if you feel like it's a statement, you know it's a lie in your head. You physically cannot de-escalate situations. You always escalate. He says, I try to walk away from situations. You also escalate it. We had to talk about this. And then he says, when we argue and I want to walk away, when we're both mad and we just talk when we're not mad. She says, yeah, I think I'm all done here. This is just going in circles and you're not proving to be better or trying to fix this at all. You keep justifying everything that you're doing, which doesn't make it okay. It's not okay still. So things are clearly never going to change with you. If you're all done replying, I'm going to just block you. I'm not putting my energy in something that's not going to have a result. And Dom says, I'm driving and roads are super effed. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying you did what I did on the phone. Why don't you have to apologize? She says, my only fault is not being patient in response time. I could think of a big list of things that you have done at your reaction. And obviously, I'm going to get annoyed or sussed out because you physically cannot look me in the eyes and tell me that you're not cheating on me. You can't reassure me. And you've cheated on me multiple times. I don't care about how long ago. It was trauma. Stays with you. And you can't tell me that you're not cheating on me. He says, what did I do? You threw a rock at me, babe, and pulled my hair. Only thing I did was talk bad to you back on the phone and take a video. She says, I threw it. I didn't throw a rock at you. I threw it your way. If you didn't take a video or a photo of me freaking out, I would not have thrown the rock or anything. I pulled your hair because you were trying to open my mother's car door, and maybe it hit a effing stop sign, which is a brand new 2022 car, which is wrong, obviously, but damaging my mother's car is even worse, and I did not know what to do. It still doesn't help that you recorded me at my lowest point, took photos of me, laughed in my face, didn't chase after me when I pulled away, wouldn't let me inside of your house. You wouldn't talk to me inside of the car. You wanted to embarrass me by talking to me outside in front of everybody. He says, I told you to stop the car and I tried to get out and you started driving like a maniac. I thought if I opened it, you stop the car. She says, please, LOL, save it. He says, if I actually make it hit something, I would have broke my arm. I don't know if you were aware of that. She says, I don't think you care if you break your arm. Remember when you punched the sand the first day in Florida? Remember when you were in the bathroom downstairs and tried to take your life in the game room bathroom? So I honestly really don't think that you care if you hurt yourself. He says, that's so irrelevant. She says, it's really not, because why would you care if you broke your arm, but you punch the sand and do other violent things? He says, I'm done with this. It's spewing into a million things. She says, no, anytime you're wrong, you just go into defense mode and you can't accept that what you're doing is wrong. And I'm calling you out on your BS. You're wrong too, he says. She says, I admitted what I did was wrong in the text. And if you can't see that, then reread. You're the only one that is repeating old patterns. He says, I know I'm wrong, but you're also wrong. She says, are you not reading anything that I'm saying? He says, I read. She emphasized about the rock thing. Then she says, maybe you should read it again. So far, I'm the only one that admitted what I've done is wrong, which is pulling your hair and throwing a rock in your direction. You haven't said anything. I should have never been in that situation to begin with. You're toxic. He says, okay, and everything you said I did is a response to you, babe. Like, I know I'm wrong, but all those things wouldn't have happened if you just turned around, let me change real quick, grab my cart, like, that's all. And then you started speeding, whipping turns like a maniac. She says, still does not make it okay. You are still wrong. You still were mentally abusive. At the end of the day, you are responsible for your actions, and you have not done anything to show me otherwise. You're still justifying what you've done. In your head, you're not thinking any of this is wrong. You're only thinking it's wrong because I'm telling you that it's wrong. Dom says, you are too. You're being a hypocrite. You said exactly what I said. If you didn't do this, I wouldn't have done this. And you're trying to hold it all over my head too. Like, I ain't trying to hold shite over your head. Kenzie says, but I am not holding anything over your head. I am making you aware of your actions and telling you what you did wrong because clearly you are still not understanding that. Dom emphasized something. Okay. And then Kenzie said, revolving door. I guess this is the end then. He says, you were saying exactly what I said. If I didn't do this, you wouldn't have done that. And yeah, I'm aware of my actions, but we both had bad actions, which is why I am apologizing to and having to fix it. You literally said something like, don't hit me up unless you kissing my arse. Let's see. She says, so far, I'm the only one that has said what they have done is wrong. And here you are trying to justify what you've done and clearly just ignored the fact that I said, you don't reassure me about cheating. You can't even look at me in the eyes and you tell me you don't cheat on me, which makes it even more believable that you just ignore the whole entire text message. Then she says, I obviously want this to work and we both have a lot of work to do, but it's very one-sided and we have to acknowledge that what we're doing is wrong, like I did 20 times. He says, I said what I did was wrong and I wasn't justifying. I was letting you know that what you did wrong and why I did what I did, which isn't justifying cause I didn't say what I did was wrong. I just said I did it because of this and I was hoping for this. I know I'm wrong and you know you're wrong. Then why do I have to apologize and make it right and kiss your arse? And yes, I really can't do nothing to prove that I don't cheat on you. Like, I don't know what to say or do about that at this point, besides tell you the logical reasons I wouldn't do that like I already have. Enough on my hands. I couldn't deal with another girl. And also, for real, I don't trust no people. They could just tell you, then I'd be stuck with some side biatch, or they can blackmail me or some BS. I don't want to F with no random hoes. She says, I would like you to look at the inside of my eye, into my soul, and tell me that you're not cheating on me, which you have not been able to do this whole entire time, entire 3 years of our relationship. Dom says, and yeah, if I'm being totally honest, it's your temper that's the main problem. You can't act on me hot-headed and then expect me not to react. Like if you controlled your temper, we wouldn't be in any of this. I don't know where that came from. I've told you many times I'm not cheating on you. Like if I cared about sex, like that I would just date another girl, like I'm just going to build a foundation with you, trust you with things I've never trusted anyone with, and then cheat on you? Like, no. After the day when I told you that, I totally changed as a person forever. Kenzie says, obviously, I have anger issues. I've been working on it my whole entire life. I need somebody that's going to be there for me and de-escalate my situations when I'm going through a manic episode. And you never do that. You choose to escalate the situation all the time. Dom says, I have never thought about that till then. And then when I let it out, it changed me. When I let out all the old shite, it changed me. I'm a good person on the inside. All that shite built up and made me cold-hearted, but deep down, I care about everything more than anyone. 2020, when I totally started changing, and you know it, I started letting go and accepting all of the child trauma. And then I was a way better person after that. Kenzie says, I don't know what the fix is, but we can't continue this aggressive and hostile. This relationship is so tiring and does not make me feel good on the inside. Relationships are supposed to be fun. The bad times are outweighing the good times. What do you see out of this? Do you see things changing for the better? Because right now it feels like I'm the only one willing to change. And Dom says, Kenzie, I've changed so hard. How do you not think I'm willing to change? And at this point, you do have to change first. You're the aggressor in all of our arguments. She says, it's not about who does it first. If it's not at the same time, then this is not a relationship that I'm going to be a part of. You clearly stopped changing at one point. That is why I'm saying that you're reverting to old habits. And I stood up for it. If I don't like how I'm being treated, I'm going to say something about it. And if that caused an argument, then, oh well, then de-escalate the situation. Dom says, you don't let me de-escalate the situation. You threaten me and stuff. Kenzie says, telling me to breathe is not de-escalating the situation. I wouldn't get to threatening you if you just did ask, if you did de-escalate the situation, and I get that. That's wrong. And that is something I'm obviously going to work on. Dom says that was weeks ago, and the situation wasn't escalated then. It was escalated after I said that. She says, I would love to know how you try to de-escalate the situation. What is a great example of you de-escalating the situation? Dom says, I'll always say something like, let's just do this, then deal with it later when we both chill, and you always make me handle things on the spot. You don't de-escalate the situation either. You always make it go so much deeper. Kenzie says, when you say let's handle it later, that means let's just forget about it, about the situation, and not handle it at all. Dom says, and why do you think that? She says, because we were arguing yesterday and you literally said, Can't we just go to your house and play Fortnite? That is not helping the situation. That is forgetting about it. Dom says, yeah, that would ease the tension, and then we could talk after. Look, I'm not doing this. You know your anger issues brought us here. She says, and your lack of communication and your lack of effort and your lack of caring brought us here. She says, maybe we just outgrew each other. Clearly, you're not getting a word that's coming out of my mouth, and you're not putting in the effort to fix this problem that's going on. It's still extremely one-sided. He says, Kenzie, I have. There is nothing else to be done again. We came to that point again. And then she says, you're so worried about disrespect, but yet you just sent me the text message, that text message pretty much putting all the blame on me. You're wrong there. You're wrong right there. You also have extreme anger issues. Do you remember how you just drove through the grass after you hit your stop, saying the other day, and then said F you to me and blamed it on me like I was the one driving the car? He says, like, all we know, all we can do now is we want it to work, is literally just try to make it work. Kenzie, you started yelling at me in the car and made me tweak out. Like if I did that to you when you were driving, you would not be able to handle. You literally can't even bump music when there is traffic. She says, okay. Nobody likes listening to loud music when there's insane traffic. I like to hear my surroundings. I don't know why you were trying to make a personal jab at me. Jab, I'm sure she means. But all right, I started yelling because you just hit a mailbox with me in the car, and it scared the shite out of me. I have never been in an accident before. Oh boy. He says, no, you were yelling as soon as I pulled out of the driveway, saying something along the lines of what are doing, etc. So then I whipped back in the drive and accidentally hit the mailbox. And I didn't go through the gas, maybe barely, was just a really sharp angle, grass. Like, what are you trying to prove there? You keep bringing up old shite. Like, if you got crazy temper and going to keep doing this shite, I'm not going to be able to change or be with you. If you stop a lot of this BS, like threatening the cops and shite, yeah, I can change. But right now, it's like, I don't even know if I can trust you. If I do something wrong, you're just going to call the cops on me. She says, that would have been avoided if you just told me where we were going or what the plan was. It was a simple question. I'm allowed to ask what's going on. I'm resorting to threats because my feelings are being dismissed. My feelings are not being acknowledged. That is the only way I'm heard when I'm threatening. It doesn't make it right, but if you were just understand and listen to what I have to say, originally, there would never be threats. You act like I like threatening people. He says, you threaten me every day over some little thing. My feelings are more dismissed. You talk to me like shite and then tell me to apologize. She says, I'm sorry. I never made to make you feel that way. Obviously, I don't want to argue. I don't want anything bad. I just want everything to work out. And she says, F you, we done. Hang out and drink? He said, I literally just crashed my mom's car. I was mad. I didn't mean it. I meant for you to find out. OMG. 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 He says, I swear. She says, we are done. We are done. Okay, sorry. We are done. Don't be mad when the cops show up at your house tomorrow. Sorry. P-word arse. You are a effing P-word. I swear, please. I literally wanted you to find out. But now I just crashed my mom's car. I honestly need you. Good. I hope you die in the effing accident, you effing P-word. Kenzie, come on. I wanted you to find out. You were liking dudes' pics. I swear, why would I hit up Emily? You are the most disgusting little P-word ever, in the fact that I would even trying to work this out with you all day, wasting my effing energy on your effing broke P-word arse. I should send your arse to effing prison. Wasted 3 years of my life. You are a effing P-word and you deserve everything coming your way. I would watch your back. Kenzie, I swear. Swear I even told her that. Like I could have hit up a random girl or hit up someone you not even cool with. Like, nah, for real. I was trying to work shite out to I can't let you break up with me, believing I was trying to chill with her. You gotta believe me. Like I could have just hit up any biatch. I literally did that because you did the other thing and I meant for you to find out. Kenzie, come on. Like I wanted to end up chilling with you tonight. I was just about to work shite out and I was just trying to do that because you did that. And I know it wasn't a good idea, but I literally wanted you to find out. Like I could have tried to hit up like anyone else, literally. I knew you'd still be cool with her. So I did that and I effed up. But right now, I honestly need you. Like, I just crashed my mom's car and she's going to surgery Tuesday. Like, can you please just be there for me? Sorry, I tried to make you jealous and mad because you made me mad, but it was super wrong. I'm sorry, but you got to believe me, I didn't mean that. Kenzie, I'm sorry. Break with me if you want, but at least don't believe I was trying to do that. I don't know how to make you believe that. Besides, how stupid would it actually be? Because I knew you would she would end up telling you. She's like a good kid too. What do I got to do to prove to you that I wasn't on that? Let me know, cause for real, like, why would I hit up Emily? Like, I know she's cool with you. I know she'd tell you. I was hoping it would go a little different, but yeah, that was super fried. And now I'm just stuck off the side of the road with this car probably totaled. All right, Kenzie, all I gotta say is I was mad, it was mean, and I was being really dumb. Like, come on, Kenzie. I literally sent her. They wanted you to see that and then get mad. And then I'd tell you and be like, nah, I was trying to make you mad. Then come sip with me. Okay, don't believe me. I guess I'll leave you alone. If you end up wanting to talk about it, let me know. I thought it was the same thing you did. Both petty shite, except you probably didn't expect me to see you liking his photos, maybe liking his comments, but you didn't want me to see because you unliked them. Whatever, at least you know I didn't mean it. I still don't know if you were actually trying to have him slide on you. he probably already did slide in your DMs. So yeah, I was trying to make you mad and it was wrong, but I really wanted to just drop you for that, because if you was already trying F with some random dude, that would be so so yeah, at least you know I wouldn't be with Emily, so whatever, I guess. But for real, I was trying to work it out and still had that on my mind, like you liking dudes' photos. So yeah, I was mad, I guess. I didn't want to let shite slide, but whatever. So should I just let this one go? Okay then. But I guess no, I was letting go. You liking dudes' photos and you can't let go me trying to get back at you for it. So this is totally over now. Let me know for real. Was some dumb shite, but I ain't trying, just be let on. Like if you completely done, let me know, cause I don't think it's completely done. But if you're actually talking to other people, I'm out type shite. I I guess I'm talking that as we completely done. She says, once a cheater, always a cheater. No wonder you could not look at me in the eyes and tell me that you were not cheating on me. Who knows what other girls you texted the same thing to? I will never know, and I will never trust you again. He says, I really didn't send that to any other girl. I swear. I was just trying to make you mad. You made me liking dudes' photos, but it worked better than I thought. You got way more mad. She says, no, that is called cheating. You cheated on me after 3 years of a relationship. I told you, if you ever cheat on me again, I am effing done. And you cheated on me last night, liking pictures and asking a female that is my friend to hang out is a completely different story. I appreciate her for telling me, because if she didn't, who knows what would have happened. I'm all done here. I need somebody that's going to treat me like the goddess I am. You should be embarrassed. He says, Kenzie, I know she was going to tell you when we were broken up, when I said something about you liking pics. You said we were broken up. Like I literally wanted that to happen to make you mad. Be done, but no, I didn't cheat. I didn't even hit on her or nothing. I purposely did exactly that. Be as done as you want. Just don't think that, at least. She says, once a cheater, always a cheater. He says, I come clean with everything, and you know that. When I actually did anything with anyone else, we were broken up. I may have sent some messages 3 years ago, but I broke up with you when I actually did all that. She says, it don't matter. You just ruined every chance of even fixing this by doing that. We can never be together now. I hope you're happy. That's a decision you made. He says, I was just trying to make you mad because you made me mad, but okay. She says, you made me more than mad at you. You betrayed every inch of my body in every way that you could have ever done, and you broke my heart into 1,000,000 pieces after it was already shattered and taped back together. We're done. You're a terrible person. Dom says, we can be done. Just know I didn't mean that. You just have to know that that's it. She says, no, you did. And if she didn't tell me, you probably would have effed her, and I would get everything out of your house from now on and be low key, because if you're going to betray me, remember, like I always said, you're going to get it back 10 times worse. He says, no, Kenzie. If she would have said something, I would have just told you. and said I can hit up people too. She says you're literally a terrible person. He says you liked his photos. He probably dropped in your DMs. I mean, if I was single and a girl liked my photos, I'm dropping in her DMs. Like I didn't even hit on her or anything. I said like the most harmless thing I could. That's cool. If we done, but you can't be thinking that. She says you can do whatever you want to try to clear your conscience, but you're a cheater. You will always be a cheater, and it's not going to happen from me. You're stupid as F. He says, okay, Kenzie, believe what you want. So we done? Should I bring you your stuff? And you know, for a fact, I wasn't trying to do nothing with that. She says, literally, just F you. I hate you. I hate how you effing think. You can do me. I just wanted to let you know you effing suck and you're a piece of shite cheater. He says, I'm not a cheater. I wasn't going to do anything and we were broken up. I wanted to see that. I wanted you to see that. She says, no, I was wasting my energy with you trying to fix things and you all effing day. And then you just betrayed the F out of me. F you. You're disgusting. And you have the worst karma coming your way. You always have some sort of excuse to justify your behavior. You treat people like shite. And your whole life is going to come crumbling down. You're a effing pig. And the reason I effing hate men. Kenzie, you were liking photos too. I don't care what you think. I would try. I don't care why you think I would. I try and work things out and then do that with her too. Like I could have hit up anyone and you know that. She says she kind of fits the vibe of all your past SLUTSs. I'm not texting you, clearly. You do not even give an F since you think it's okay. I'm not cheating. Like I said, karma's going to come and it's going to hurt. How? He says. All right, Kenzie, believe what you want, I guess. Like, think about it. That's like the last friend of yours that I even know besides like Karina. I could have hit up anyone else for real. Like I could show you my snap receipts. She says, you are effing delusional. Me and her are not even friends. You effing idiot. We don't hang out. We don't text. And you effing know that you are effing our word as F. And you probably thought that she was going to answer you and suck your little tiny thing. And your little plan backfired. F you. You're a effing cheater and karma is coming your way. He says, oh, well, I don't know, then my bad. There is millions of people in this world and I'm that dumb to just hit her up. Okay, Kenzie, think about it. Even if I was a cheater, I could do better job than that. She says, I don't think you could. I mean, you've gotten caught literally every time you've cheated on me. So you're kind of bad at doing what you're best at. He says, yeah, that wasn't a good idea. You're never going to believe me. She says, yeah, your mother failed at raising a good man. She raised a manipulative piece of shite cheater. He said, don't talk about my mom. Believe what you want to believe about me, but don't talk about my mom. She says, like I said, your mother raised a effing biatch. He says, okay, Kenzie, I hope you're doing great now. If this is all you have to say, I will block you. She said, then block me because I'm just going to keep letting you know what a terrible person you are. He says, you know, I wanted you to find out whether you believe it or not. She says, so you cheated on me and wanted me to find out, even worse. He said, no, I wanted you to see. I snapped her because I seen where you were liking dudes' photos because it made me mad. You were trying to work things out while liking dudes' photos. Like, that's kind of weird, Yano. He says, so even if I meant it or not, you were already doing stuff first and trying to hide it. She says, stop whining about a picture when you were full on trying to link with a biatch and do drugs with her. You are a effing pig and disgusting, and your small brain can't grasp the fact that you treat people like shite. Like I said, your whole life is going to come crumbling down. You're nothing without me. You're just a low-life drug dealer. Kenzie, he says, I knew she wasn't going to be trying to do drugs. It's Emily. She even said she don't do drugs because her mom died that one day at your house. Like, where would I have gone with that? What did that mean? Kenzie, I knew she wasn't going to be trying to do drugs. It's Emily. She even said she don't do drugs because her mom died the one day at your house. Like, where would I have gone with that? So what were you trying to do liking that photo then? Like, for real? You just gonna break up and get back with me, hella, and flirt with other guys? Like, I'm cool on this. At the most, even if you did want to get back together, because you always look at me the same, and it'll just make it so hard to ever be different. She said, I'm glad you remember that about her. That's so cute, that's so cute, even proves further, I think she means proves further, that you were trying to cheat on me with her. You effing disgusting pig. And you're right. We are never getting back together. You were cheating pig who does not change or take people's feelings into consideration. You're just a lowlife drug dealer who is life is going to come crumbling apart before you know it. He says, how would I not remember someone telling me their mom died? That's traumatizing. So Emily's mother died at Kenzie's house? What is that about? This is crazier and crazier. And what are you going to do? She says, and what are you going to do about it with your own papers? I could easily get your arse in so much trouble, so F you, and I'd watch how you treat me from now on. We are effing done for good, you disgusting pig. F you. And he says, of course, just ignore the part about you liking dudes' photos. She says, just like how you ignored the million times I told you to look me in the eye and tell me you're not cheating on me, looks like we both can understand something. He says, I'll come look you in the eye and I'll tell you I was never cheating and was never trying to. Then you probably still won't believe me. And for real, there is no way for you to get me in trouble. I don't know why you keep thinking you could put me in jail. Look, believe whatever you want. I don't care at this point. My mom has surgery Tuesday and I don't need the extra stress. I asked you to be there for me, but clearly you don't want to. So just leave me alone till after then, at least. She says, yep, I would never be there for somebody who could cheat on me that easily. So you're right about that. Stop trying to clear your conscience. You're always going to be a cheater in my eyes, and everybody that I have told so far. You're right. I won't believe you. You're only doing it to clear your conscience. Maybe if you just like you did yesterday, the 45 times that I asked you and you avoided my question, this would have worked out so much better, but you decided to cheat on me instead. Like I said, you are effing disgusting and repulsive, and I'm so effing upset and heartbroken that I wasted my entire high school as someone that thinks I'm some sort of doll and can just cheat on me whenever he wants. F you. And baby, I got all the proof I need in my phone. He says, Kenzie, I'm gonna just leave it at this because this is just gonna keep being arguing. I love you and care about you way more than you think. Okay, it's 1, I love you and I care about you way more than you think, whether you believe it or not. 2, I swear, after that shite in 2019, I didn't do anything after that. 3, that was the worst idea, trying to piss you off with the Emily thing, but I swear I was just mad because you were liking photos. And 4, I really don't care what happens in the relationship. I just hope you're happy. I made mistakes a while back and I can't change those. I just hope you don't view me or our relationship on my mistakes. I love all the memories we share, and I'm glad I got to share them with you and enjoy life with you, even if it was only for that period of time. I wanted you to be my first, second, and my last love. But even if you're just my first, I'm glad I got to spend time and make memories with you. And you'll always have a special place in my heart, no matter what happens. I'm sorry for all my mistakes, Kenzie. I love you and I miss you, and I'll miss you. How could I make you believe me that I wasn't trying to do that? I would at least like to do that. I know this isn't over. Just let me talk to you. I can't let you break up with me thinking I was actually trying to do that, like I was trying to make you mad. You know how much I love you. I swear I changed and I wasn't trying to do that. I'll look you in the eyes every day and swear I'm not cheating. Swear I have not done anything with anyone 3 years ago, since that 3 years ago, and I swear that every day, because I'd never do that ever again. I'm not that stupid and heartless. Let me come talk to you. I'm about to just come over. Let me know if you don't want me to come. I'm here. Is the door unlocked? Okay, I guess I'm gonna just go back home. So you want me to move on? You're not going to talk to me or try to believe me. At least I know I didn't mean that. I'll move on, though. I hope you're happy now. But Kenzie, I love you and I'm glad to have made all those memories with you. She says, why couldn't you just do this when I asked? You're only freaking out now because you're realizing what you don't have. Why couldn't you have just be the best to me when you had me? He says, I try my best, but I got a temper too. When we both have a temper and start fighting, we keep getting angrier. And then the fights get worse and worse, and a lot of things that weren't meant were said and done. And that's the problem, because when we're not fighting, it's all perfect. And we haven't been in person, we've been texting. I'll come say it to your face a million times, and then I'll never talk to you again if you want. I just want you to be happy and to believe me, because I'm not lying. I haven't done anything since 2019. Like, for real, please, just don't believe that I was trying to do anything with her. Like, I wanted you to know, because I was mad about the photo thing. You can even ask Blair. I was on the phone with him, and then I thought you'd see. I got the sip and want to come sip. You literally solidified, she's saying this, you literally solidified my greatest issue that we have together. You pretty much cheated on me. You know I have extreme trust issues because of you. And if you claim that you're changed so much, then why would you try to do that to me, knowing how I am with cheating? You are 20 years old. You're a grown man. You're acting like a 16-year-old. It's so embarrassing. He says, I don't know. I was about to go do shite and you hadn't texted me for a while and I got mad as if because I felt if you were trying to work shite out with me and lead random people on Instagram. So I got mad and sent it. You sent this message to her 7 minutes after I sent this text. It was almost about to be worked out. It was about to be good, and you ruined everything. No, I think I sent it before that, because I remember you both replied before I crashed my car. She says, at this point, I don't care if it was fake cheating or the intent to cheat. You cheated on me. That is cheating. You were either going to cheat on me in real life or cheat on my heart by doing it to hurt me. If she didn't tell me, I would have never known. And you didn't know that she was going to tell me because me and her are not effing friends. We don't hang out together or text, and you effing know that. He says, to be honest, I didn't know that. She's been at your house plenty of times. And all I asked was to chill. I knew that she was going to tell you, probably the most straight edge friend I've seen of yours. That's why I knew she was going to tell you. Kenzie says, and I'm all done now, cheater. You cheated on me either way with somebody that is mutual to me that could or could not have told me. Dom says, nah, if she wouldn't have told you anything, I would have just told you. And said something like, I can hit up people too. Are you trying to lead people on while working it out with me? But I did not expect her to be on that trying to chill. So it worked good, but too good. I just thought you'd get mad, not say I'm a cheater and you can never be with me again. And yes, if I really wanted to cheat or do that anything, I could have just hit up someone you don't know or somebody you're not friends with at all. If you're done, just believe that I wasn't trying to get with her. At least do that. So you want me to move on? She says, like somebody's post, which is clearly from my fashion handbags that I just go through in like every single day, is not leading somebody on. Thank you for letting me know a girl like in your photo is all it takes for you to message them. Embarrassing. He says, no, he commented on your pic and you liked his post. Like, I've been single before. I know how shite goes. I mean, maybe you liked his photo first. He commented, I don't know, didn't look like that, but you did like his comment too. Either way, it made me mad, and I was trying to make you mad. I just want to make you understand that. No, you cheated on me, she said. And see, you've already being argumentative. Clearly, you don't give an F. No, I'm not at all, he says. She says, you're a cheater, and I could never believe you, and you couldn't even tell me in my eyes that you're not cheating on me. No wonder why. Why? No wonder why, because you were texting Emily. He says, if we were talking in person, you would understand. He says, Kenzie, I've seen you in days. I haven't seen you in days. And I'll come right now and say it 1,000,000 times. Like if it means so much to you, I'll make it the label of my alarm clock and I'll say it every day before I do anything. She says, it's too late for that. Your actions spoke louder than your words ever could. And he says, and I'm not arguing. All I'm saying is that could have happened. This could have happened. I don't know. I don't care though, because everything I did was out of anger. She says it doesn't matter if you actually cheated or not. You had the intent to text a female that is my friend and invite her over to do drugs with you and smoke weed. He says, like, yeah, I'm gonna be mad as F. My girl just broke up with me, and I think she trying to talk to other dudes while I'm getting back with her. Yeah, I got offended. She says, whether it was fake or not, you did it, and that is effing weird and wrong. She said, if you cheat on people out of anger, then please go get help. He says, I was mad, all out of anger. I could have hit up like any other girl. I wasn't going to cheat, Kenzie. I sent the message pretty much in my head. Like I felt like I was getting back at you. Then we'd make up. But I was just super angry. You cheated on me because I like to post on the hashtag fashion. This is her now. Me liking a post in my niche. So my Instagram gets more exposure, causes me to get cheated on. I do not want any effing part of this or you. I told you, if you ever cheat on me again, we are done and you cheated on me. He says, why did you say that when I first confronted you over it? I would have never done that. You made it look like you were trying to talk to him and you were trying to make me feel like an option, like none of this shite had to happen. Dang. Well, look, if you're going to believe me, then if you're not going to believe me, then I don't know what to say then. Besides, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have tried to make you mad. I guess I'll move on, but I do appreciate all our memories together. You need help, she says, and you better not cheat on any other girl ever again and make them feel how you made me feel the whole 3 years of our relationship. The fact that all it takes for a girl to like your Instagram post is trying to date you or talk to you is effing disgusting. And that is a fat arse L. He says, I swore many times I'd never do it again. She says, that's why. Then why did you text Emily? Just to make me mad? You cheated on me just to make me mad? He says, I didn't think it was cheating. She says, it worked. Good job. He says, I thought it would just make you mad. She says, are you trying to say that I would be okay with you cheating on me? No, he says. She says, does your mother know that you cheated on me? If you knew me at all, you would never effing do that to me and know how I feel about cheating in the first place. He says, I didn't think it was that bad. It was all in the moment and I was mad. She says, I thought you were all about pushing things under the rug. What happened to that? She says, we're coming back when you're not bad. You always tell me to not handle things when I'm mad. Then how come you're being an effing hypocrite? Take your own advice, tough guy. He says, Kenzie, I thought my girlfriend of 3 years was trying to talk to people a day after we broke up. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be mad. What if you see me liking girls' photos, random photos? She says, like a fashion post is not trying to effing talk to anybody, like it's liking a post in the same niche me. He says, you'd be like, WTF. She says, shite. Like, even though you cheated on me 4 times now, I'm not even this jealous. You have some severe problems. He says, yeah, it was all a misunderstanding. She says, yeah, I would be mad. I would not reach out to one of your friends or a mutual friend to hang out and do drugs. Is this getting us anywhere? He says, so you never ever get back with me. Like, let's get closure in this relationship if it's over. And she says, I want to be with you, but could never trust you. You keep showing yourself as a cheater. Nothing you're saying is even meaning anything to me, because if you felt this way, you would have said all this to me days ago, and you wouldn't have done the Emily thing. And the fact that you're trying to justify what you did is making things so much effing worse. He says, I'm not trying to justify, to tell you why. And I didn't say anything because I wanted Shite to cool down. I learned that when I've come to you too hard in the past, it has only made things worse. And when I give it a little time and space and then come work things out, it's better. She says, telling me why is the exact same thing as justifying. He says, no. Justifying is saying, it's okay. Telling you why is just letting you know exactly why I acted irrationally. And then he says, but you have to believe that I wasn't meaning to get anywhere with her. To be honest, if I really did want to get with someone else, I'd feel way too guilty. I'd have to wait a little after we were done, for sure. She says, you're telling me why to make it okay, and it's not okay. He says, I don't talk to anyone all the other times, and we were broken up way longer, and I'm not making it okay. I just want you to believe that I wasn't trying to cheat. That's all. She says, you can say that as much as you want. You're texting her, trying to hang out is cheating. That is cheating no matter what you think. You just broke my trust that was already so effing small. Do you know how I am with cheating? And you chose to do that anyway, which was the ultimate betrayal to me. How am I supposed to believe that anything that's coming out of your mouth after you swore to me that you would never cheat on me again, and then you did it again? He says, I was super mad and it was impulsive. I'm sorry. She says, it doesn't matter if you didn't meet up. It doesn't matter if you didn't mean it. You did it. You did it. You always tell me not to do things when I'm angry. Why does it make it okay for you to do that? Maybe you should take your own advice. He says, you do things when you're angry anyway. I make mistakes, too, sometimes. That one was a big one. And she says, the problem with you is I'm not believing anything that's coming out of your mouth because you just keep repeating old patterns and you never stop. Wow. I'm glad you could recognize that this was a big mistake. Maybe if you thought about that during the moment, you would have saved your relationship. That was so effing dumb, knowing how I am with trust. He says, I'm sorry. All I can say at this point is I didn't mean it. She says, your actions speak louder than words. And he says, think logical for a second. Think who I am, who I know, and think of all the other ways I could have got with other girls, but I chose the most risky text to send. She says, yeah, that wasn't really that risky. He says, no, if I wanted to cheat, I could have Angelo or someone take me to the bar and go get hose or some that no one knows. Hey, that rhymes. That was kind of just like asking some girl that would do anything to smoke a blunt, to come smoke and do drugs. What do you mean? He says. She says, this was an intentional attack on my heart and you did it on purpose to hurt me. He says, Kenzie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. She says, trust issues are off limits and you chose to go there. Clearly, you meant it because if you didn't mean it, you would not have sent it. I'm sure, no, if she did not tell me, you would have never told me. You might have told me for months later, like Audrey and Jada, but I would not have known. You can say that you knew she was going to tell me because you can't say that you knew she was going to tell me because you do not know her. He says, I figured that would be the first girl to tell you, and if she didn't, I would have told you. I was trying to just make you jealous, but that was the worst way. And I also wanted you to see the sip and then want to just come sip with me. She says, you do not know that she was going to tell me. And if she didn't tell me, I would have never known. And he says, and watch true crime. She says, are you like mentally ill? He says, yeah, probably. She says, why would I come hang out with you after you cheated on me? He said, I didn't think it was cheating. I don't know. So we're never getting back together. I want to know, like, this is just some stuff this is just the same stuff over and over again. I just wish you could just accept that I just did. It's because I was mad. She says, effing with my mind is not okay. You're the one that makes this a revolving door, and I'm the one that tries to change in this relationship. He says, I'm sorry. I just felt you were trying to F with mine. I thought you'd hit me up. I'd tell you that I was trying to make you mad, and then we'd be cool about it. Kenzie, I want to change the relationship just as much as you do. She says, clearly you do not. Because if you wanted the relationship to change for the good, you would never have texted Emily in the first place. He says, you know, we are the perfect people for each other. If I didn't do that years ago, we would have an amazing relationship. She says, okay, but you did. So what's your point? He says, yeah, I know. I was tripping on that. She says, how did you realize what you did was wrong, but you keep doing it? He says, what situation you implying? She said, every situation that you keep repeating. He says, like what? Like the Emily thing? That's the first time I've ever done anything like that. She says, like Audrey, like Anne-Marie, like Emily. He said, I have never went out of my way to hit up anyone up. She says, it's an effing revolving door, and who knows who else you texted it that I will never know because you will never tell me. He says, Kenzie, from the start, I told you shite. Like we have first started talking, I told you shite. I can't be with someone and have any guilt over my head. You know that I broke up with you when the other shite was happening, and then I ended up telling you anyway. He says, I wasn't going to tell you forever ago because I wasn't trying to upset you like that, and I was just never going to talk to any one of y'all again. And I was going to be 18, and I was afraid I'd get in trouble for being with you too then. I felt really guilty because I had way more feelings for you than I thought. She said, that really doesn't make any sense because we were both the same age. So that statement does not mean anything. He says, what do you mean? I was turning 18, so I thought I had to break up with you. She says, Audrey and Jada were my age. And you're trying to say you felt uncomfortable about being 18 and being with somebody my age, but you cheated with people my age. You literally texted Ava Russell to quick F you before you turned 18. She is like 2 years younger than me. Kenzie, all those girls hit me up first trying to F. She says, Dang. So you take the bait that easily. That's embarrassing once again. I'm still not doing too good on my trust issues. He says, well, I'm sorry. You never have to trust me again. At the end of the day, she says, you're responsible for your own actions. Nobody makes you do anything. He says, I'm sorry. He says, where do you want to go from here? She says, I want us to be together, but not like this. He says, so what's the solution? He says, I've seen that video on TikTok that that guy was some type of a therapist or something. He said that exes can get back together. They just need some time to be apart and change. We changed a lot. Maybe we could just change apart for a little. That kid's photo doesn't have hashtags. So you lied. Why'd you lie about that? I didn't even care. Why aren't you answering now? Question mark. She says, some people don't have hashtags in their captions. I'm not a manipulative liar like you. He says, oh, okay. I didn't know that. I barely use Insta. Then she says, and even if I just like the photo, it's still not the same as asking a girl to come over and do drugs. I know, babe. I know what I did was way worse. I wasn't thinking. And I already got my karma. My mom's car is pretty much totaled. I flew into a ditch. She says, I don't give an F about your mom's car. That doesn't fix how my heart feels. He says, well, Kenzie, you have to believe that I didn't mean that. She says, if you didn't mean it, you would have never done it in the first place. He says, I meant to make you mad, not try to get with her. But then I felt bad. It didn't work how I thought. She said, yeah, you should feel like shite. You just cheated on your girlfriend of 3 years. He says, I didn't feel like it was cheating. We were broken up and I was bluffing. She says, if we were broken up, then liking the picture shouldn't have mattered either. I was trying to work it out with you all day, wasting my energy talking to you, and then you just did that thing is cheating. He says, yeah, well, can you see how I got mad then? Because you were trying to make it better with me. I thought you were treating me as an option. Then she says, if anything, I'm the option for you. Stop texting me. How? He says. She said, you texting her to hang out and do drugs, and then you decided to follow her on Instagram too. You're weird as F for asking somebody whose mom died to do drugs with them. You're probably traumatized her as much as you traumatized me again. He says, yeah, I literally told her I was just trying to make you mad. That's really not making you an option because I was doing that, intended us getting back together. She says, you really thought that was going to make a relationship any better? The only thing you got out of it is that is being single. He says, we were already single. Why are you trying to get out of this if you're not going to believe me? She says, I'm talking to Emily, and she's saying it's cheating. She says, I was going to say, I want this relationship to work out, but it's honestly not going anywhere. Clearly, you think what you did is okay, which means you're not going to stop doing your repeating problems. You shattered my trust issues that were already effing terrible. How am I supposed to believe that you were going to change when you literally just cheated on me again? He says, I don't think it's okay, but I wasn't trying to cheat on you. She says, is that really all you can say? That is so effing sad. Clearly, you were trying to cheat on me. Otherwise, you would have not texted her asking to do drugs. You couldn't even tell me And you still can't tell me that you're not cheating on me in my eyes because you know you're cheating on me. You can't, I'm cheating on me. Okay, in my eyes. Like I said, you're just a revolving door. You do not care about my feelings. He said I can. She says, of course you can now. He says, let's talk in person. I tell you, I tell you I'm not cheating a million times. She's, then he said, I said that before. She said, how come you couldn't do that with the 8 times I asked you yesterday and the day before? He said, I could. You wouldn't talk in person. She says, your actions speak louder than words. You didn't tell me 2 days ago, and then you cheated on me with Emily. He said, I didn't know I have to tell you that I'm not cheating. She said, you're about to get blocked. He said, I made a mistake and sent a snap I didn't mean. I don't know what else to say. I'm sure you've done things you don't mean. She said, you followed her on Instagram, then proceeded to Snapchat her, and then proceeded to ask her to smoke weed and do drugs with you. It was more than a snap. I have never done something specifically to hurt your heart like that. Obviously, all humans mess up. I have never done something to specifically stab you in the effing back and hurt your heart. He says, yeah, I went through my followers and followed back some people that you had no reason to follow. I was just mad. For real, it was all because of the Instagram thing. No reason to unfollow. I thought that's why you were doing the thing with, I thought that's why you were trying to do with the Instagram thing. I thought you would just realize I can play that game too and just get back with me because I thought you were trying to do that on purpose to me. She said, this is not an effing game that is purposely hurting my heart. What are you not getting about this? You purposefully tried to hurt me. He says, I thought you were trying to do that to me. Are you not getting that? She says, you did that to crush my effing soul when you know how I am with cheating. He says, I thought you were trying to hurt me. She says, I like the picture, so you cheated on me. He says, I wouldn't have done that if you just explained the Insta post. You liked his comment, then liked an old post of his. She says, I liked a picture of a random person, then you cheated on me with a friend. He says, Kenzie, I wasn't trying to cheat. I wasn't even trying to make it look like I was trying to cheat. I was just trying to make you mad. She says, asking her to hang out and come by your house to do drugs is effing cheating. Texting another female that lives in Strongsville is cheating. Ohio is cheating. He says, I didn't even think it would affect you that much. I didn't think it through. You texted someone that I am friends with and asked them to hang out with you and smoke weed and do drugs, she says. He says, yeah, I wanted you to come smoke weed with me. She says, so now you've cheated on me with 4 of my friends, Amory, Jada, Audrey, and now Emily. He says, we weren't dating during any of those, and I wasn't even trying to cheat on you with Emily. She says, we were dating during Jada and Anna Marie. And I would effing watch your reply because I will block you. I don't need you in my life if that's how you feel about this. She says, you're just showing me that you cannot comprehend how to change and how to not get hurt people's feelings. You treat me like shite. You cheated on me to get back at me for liking an Instagram photo. He says, I wasn't trying to cheat. I didn't think it was cheating. Like, I am sorry. I don't know what to say. I'll tell you every day I'm not cheating 100 times. If you want if you want low key, this is BS. That isn't what I wanted to happen. Like, you should just believe me, and I'll show you that you can trust me, because we were for real about to work it out. Like, if we break up over growing apart, if we break up or we're growing apart or just not getting along or some dumb shite, that's whatever. But I can't let you break up with me over something that isn't true. She says, we were about to work it out until you cheated on me. We didn't grow apart and we did not get along. You cheated on me. You didn't chase me when I left your house. You wouldn't talk to me inside of your house or in your car or in my car. Do you want to embarrass me? And let the whole world hear our conversation. You do not give an F about me or how I feel. He says, Kenzie, I didn't know what to do. You were being violent. The last thing I want to do is ever be violent with you. I told you we could talk at your house. I'd meet you there. You said no. If you're being violent, I'm going to get away. I'm sorry, but that's what I felt I had to do. She says, you opened my mother's car door and tried to hit it against the stop sign. Of course, I'm going to grab you and tell you not to do that. He said, I feel really bad, but I didn't know what to do. Kenzie, I said, let me out. And you started speeding off, saying, you're not stopping at any lights. She says, can you just stop lying to yourself? If you felt bad, you would have chased after me. I told you I'm not stopping at any lights because you told me that you would get out of the car at any red light. He says, Kenzie, I wanted to, but I wasn't trying to have that get worse. She says, you made it worse by doing that. He says, I don't know what to do. You know, you pulled up super mad and wasn't acting normal. I don't want us to fight, and I'm trying to avoid a fight the whole time. Like, you know, you're a man. I was just trying to avoid bigger conflict, and the last thing I want to do is fight with you. I felt if we went anywhere or I got back in the car, then you were going to fight worse. And yeah, I'd rather not solve the problem than fight with someone I love, because fighting hurts. Pushing it to the side only hurts a little. I don't like to have things or handle things on the spot, because then you can say and do shite you don't mean, like the snap I sent. So, what you want to do from here? She says, what's your plan on fixing this? He says, do you want me to swear to your face every day that I'm not cheating? And do you want me to take you out on a date? Let's go get petties. She says, that's just a Band-Aid. He says, Kenzie, you need to believe me. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I said some shite that I didn't mean. It was just mean. It was just meant to make you mad. Like, I hope you didn't exactly mean it, all those things you said, like calling the cops on me and ruining my life and stuff, right? She says, is that really what you're thinking about? Like, are you serious? He says, what? I'm not saying I don't think you mean what? I'm just saying I don't think you mean those things. Like, you say those things when you're mad. I sent that snap and I was pissed. Are you only trying to make it up to me because you're scared I'm going to call the police on you? He says, I'd imagine you don't mean that to me. I would hope that you would believe me when I say I don't mean it. She says, because that's what it effing feels like. He says, no, I feel bad and don't want you to think I was trying to get with her. She says, well, that's going to be really hard for me to believe that. I don't say things to intentionally hurt them like somebody. And he says, well, you're just going to have to see over time. Yeah, bet you try and make me shite my pants every week saying you calling the cops on me. And I thought you were intentionally trying to hurt me, or I would have never done that, but I told you that. She said, you hurt me in a way worse way. They are not equal at all. She says an equal way would have been you liking Emily's post, for example, even though that's a mutual friend, it would have made more sense. And again, the only reason I know is because she told me. He says, yeah, true. I should have done this or just told someone to tell you that I hit them up or something. I did think about that after, for real, but that's just what I did, and I didn't think about it. It was in that moment. I don't know, he says. She says, it's going to take more than just a pedicure to fix this. He says, I told you, I'll tell you every day that I'm not cheating. Like, if I didn't send the snap, we would just be cool anyway. I don't know why you can't just accept that I only sent the snap because I was mad. You're right. She says, we could be way cooler than we are right now. He says, if we would probably be doing a lot of things if I didn't do that. She says, I know, you just said that. What? He said. Question like, if I didn't send that snap, we would just be cool anyway. He says, yeah, I'm just saying, if I didn't send that snap, everything would be fine. She says, yeah. Yeah, and I'm saying that this is the third time that you said that, so I don't understand what your point is. He said, my point is that I don't mean the snap, and you'll see that I don't mean the snap. And if I didn't send it, we would probably be chilling and playing Fortnite and going to the West Side Market and finding something good to make for dinner. And then we'd probably be going to get petties and everything would be pretty enjoyable. She says, are you trying to buy my love back again right now? He says, no, I'm just saying stuff we'd usually be doing. She says, like, what happens when I give you another chance and then you just do the same shite again? Like, how am I going to believe that you're not going to do the same shite again when you literally can't stop doing the same shite? He says, Kenzie, I'm not going to do that again. And I only did that because I thought you were trying to make me mad. If you thought I was going to do something, you would do something back. And I'm not talking about that situation specifically. I'm talking about any situation. You wanted a bag for me to get you back 2 weeks ago. So it seems like you want me to. I mean, shite. I do want that bag, but I care about my heart way more, and playing games with my heart is a deal breaker. He says, look, Kenzie, I told you why I did what I did and how I felt. You can believe me or break up with me. I'm not going to keep doing this. She says, how are you going to fix this thing? Because it sounded like you can't. He says, you want me to swear to you every day that I'm not cheating? Because if you're saying I broke your trust again, I don't know how to fix it besides showing you that you can trust me, which will just happen over time. She says, it's going to take a lot, but you're going to have to be willing to do that, which I don't think you are. He says, willing to do what? She says, earn my trust back in whatever way you need to do it. And then he says, of course, I mean, you'll see that quick for real. I'm about my shite. I don't play. You would think I get back with you to play with your heart again. If we're both going to try, yeah, I'm going to earn your trust back. We have a future together. Right now, I ain't going to throw it over. I ain't going to throw it over some dumb shite. So you what? You want to play some Fortnite and get a pedicure? She says, I'm going to give you one last chance. And when I say this, I know I've said it 1,000,000 times, but this is actually the final effing straw. I better not get any weird effing vibes from you. And I better be reassured multiple times a day that I'm loved and you're not going to cheat on me. We have to connect on an effing deeper level than what we are right now. You can't just do what you're doing. If you put a Band-Aid on the situation, it's only going to get worse over time. I can be more patient with my anger and response time. You're going to need to do a lot more effing work than me in this part because you effed up so bad. It's going to take a lot more work than you think. He says, Kenzie, I'm sorry. You know I love you. I hope you can believe I didn't mean. And thank you for not backing out of your end. I appreciate it a lot. To be honest, you can be as angry as you want, as long as you want. As you let me step away from situations when they're getting too sticky. Because anger issues don't go away, and I know that I had them too for a while. It can take repeated practice every time you get mad, but when you're mad and we're fighting like crazy, please let me walk away from the situation. I love you, Kenzie. You are a beautiful person. She says, then treat me like it. He says, I will, and you can't say I don't treat you good already. I make big efforts to make you happy, and I barely ask you for anything in return. Do you want to get petties today? That sounds nice and relaxing with all this stress. Fortnite? Blocked. She says, what? Question marks. He says, blocked Emily. She says, I don't really care. She's not really the problem. It's more of you. True. Well, I blocked her anyway. She says, okay, that's not really a solution that I'm looking for right now. I'm good. I'll get on Fort. He says, you'll trust me again soon. I promise I shouldn't have broken your trust then, but it isn't what I was intending. Here, she says. 1 second, he says. She says, yeah, I might just go to bed. Sounds like you're having your night planned out. He says, I'll let you know shortly what the plan is. She says, okay, because I'm just going to watch a movie with my mom if you don't want to hang out with me. He says, I do, but I'm not going to have a car for a grip and I need to make money. I got to pay my bills, you know? So what's the plan? I don't know. Maybe just watch movies, he says. Should I just watch movies with my mom or are you picking me up? He says, I'm not sure yet. If you want to watch movies with her, you can. I'm already tired. Anyway, if you want to wait a second till I figure out if I gotta leave or not, then maybe we can watch movies here in a second. Let me know. Okay, he says. She says, well, I'm going to start the movie like right now, so let me know. Just let me know if you want to hang out and watch movies. He says, I might have to run to Rocky River. Give me a second. Let me see. I probably got to run. If it falls through in like 20 minutes, I'll swoop you, but I don't want to make you wait if I might not even be able to chill. So watch the movie with your mom. Okay, she says, my bad, just important plays right now. Got my stuff done, probably just about to go to bed. It's supposed to be nice Wednesday and Thursday. We should skate. Okay, she says. Bet. You lied to me. You literally lied to me. I'm going to give you the chance to come clean because I know exactly what happened. You effed up. What? He says. What did I lie about? She says, I'm going to give you one last chance. What happened when? I'm confused. What could I have lied about? Are you trying to see if I was hiding something? I'm about to fall back to sleep. She says, me liking that Instagram picture had nothing to do with you texting Emily. You followed her the day before on Instagram. Your plan on texting her was already in the making. You already followed her the day before you decided to text her. Like, I don't believe anything that's coming out of your mouth. Like, we have problems. He said, no, I followed her like a couple. He said, I followed like a couple of people back. I went through my followers and just started following people. I didn't follow back. Okay, who else did you follow back then? That's not just her, because then we still have a problem. You had full intention of texting her. I didn't even know I followed her back, he says. And the other people who follow back, you were probably going to text them as well. Stop lying. He says, nah, not really, for real. She says, what the F is wrong with you? You are weird as F. It's a follow Instagram, and I follow more than one person. I was just following people back, he says. She says, Vivian and Emily and Alyssa Jones. Oh, then I guess me liking that picture is just a like, I guess. If it's just a follow, then it's just a like. He says, yeah, I think those are the people. I can just unfollow them. She says, if you just like makes you think to slide in someone's DMs, what do you think? A effing follow me, you idiot. You're effing weird as F. Nah, I just followed them back because you unfollowed them. Now we have problems. Wouldn't you think I followed them for a reason? I can just unfollow them again. It's pretty simple. It's so funny how you mean that you could just lie and get your way. I don't give an F. He says, I'm not really lying. You broke up with me, so I started following people back. Okay, I've got to take a little break now. It's 2:49. 2:49. So it's like 2 hours. We started a little late. Hi, Melly. Oh my. Go ahead. Why are they arguing about the same thing or something different? They're still arguing about the same, well, the same thing, kind of, but now they kind of got that solved, but now she's bringing another aspect of it. Like, wait a minute, you weren't doing that to make me mad because you followed her the day before. And then it's escalated into there were some other people he followed the day before. So now it's kind of the same thing, but with a couple of added elements. Okay. Basically the same thing with some added elements. Crazy, right? Just Pepper says she was thinking, she was talking to other guys and tagging their pictures. Yeah. Oh boy. Hi, Jen Grill. How are you? Crazy, right? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And this is March. So we got April. April, they've got to go to Florida, right? May, they have stuff going on. June, July. You know, literally, he's in the last months of his life. His life is going to be over soon. Did you see that clip I put up where she didn't say Jacob? And yet, where'd they get Jacob from? Where? There's even another clip that I found in the police cam video where she says Dom before she even gets in the ambulance. This case is unreal, Jen says. Well, you know, I had a really busy day today because we had a family day up at my son Ethan's college. He's a freshman. So we had a family day up there. So we got up really early. I had to go up there, had a day up there, came back down, didn't get back till just about when that auction started, did the auction. Tomorrow, I'm going, Jimmy and I are going with, I don't know, you got to see what Luke, our youngest is doing. If he's going to come too, it all depends on if he's going to come. I don't know, but we're going with my son Michael and my future daughter-in-law apple picking. So we're going to be up early doing that. So I really need to get a little rest. So I think we're going to stop here for tonight. I mean, I think I did like 2 hours. I have those phone calls if you want to listen to something. If you came in late, Amy asked me if we had listened to all the phone calls. Well, I went through, I think there's like 70 of them. So I wasn't sure that we've listened to everyone. So the only way I'm going to be able to do that is I'm taking them in chunks and loading them up. So tomorrow I'm going to load up another chunk. Okay. And another chunk and another chunk and another chunk until we're home. So if you ever have something during the day, you're cleaning or whatever you're doing, you can put on those phone calls and you can listen while you're doing something, and then you can see if we've heard every one of the calls. And if you come across a call that we haven't heard, then write down the timestamp. I'm cheating on you guys. Yeah. Just Pepper says it's going to be so fun. And she said, I don't care if, yes, that's horrible, right? When in the mom's car, if you die in the car accident, when he just crashed his mom's car. Yeah, absolutely. If you stop this conversation before I'm done listening, I am pulling up with a baseball bat. I'm going to break all of your windows. It's funny though. Yeah, I was talking to my son, the one that's in college, when he had a couple of friends in the background and we were talking about some situation, and I'm like, just tell them you're tired of this AF and you're gonna do this and that, whatever I said, and tell them no cap. And they were all laughing. So it's, at least it works for some fun with your family, right? Let's do the word game so we clear our head. And then before I go apple picking, I'll put up another chunk of phone calls. So at least you'll have some phone calls to see if there's any. I'm sure there's some we missed out of the 70, because I don't think I did 70. So we'll see. So if you find a new one in there, then put it in there and just say, oh, then, and then we'll listen to it maybe together or something. Let me get this word game. Do this word game. So, they played games, right? There was one word game that they played, right? They played their games. And remember how she always said you're going to be like rotting in prison and stuff like that, or you're going to be in prison. Look where she is, right? Prison. She probably never saw that one coming, right? That she'd ever be in prison. Right, right. Hmm. Hmm. What you guys got? Fuss? Somebody's got fuss? Fuss, that's good. Did I put that already there? It wasn't there? Oh yeah, we have it, okay. Oh, wait, fuse. How about fuse? Did one of you say fuse and fuses? Oh, you got fuse, Jen? Exactly. What else you got? Fuss, flu. Flu wasn't there, I know. Oh, Hughes. You and Hughes. Uh-oh. That's got to be there. And elf on the shelf. Let's see. She, Sue, and Sue's. And Sue's. And Sue. Yeah, okay. So we got Lush, Sue's. So oh, uses. Okay. We got an F word here. It's got to be F. Flush. Oh, flushes. Good night, Bucky Ann. We're almost done here. Lush, and then oh, self. I heart. And then one more, let's say shelf. Oh, no, not useful. We can't, we need to. Flush we've got. What's the last one? Oh, how about Ush? No, Ushes. Uh, mm. Oh boy, what is this last one? Oh, unlet? No. Flush, let me see. Is that might be it if the, oh, that's probably, you got it. You're getting there. Just Pepper. Look at you. Hi, Stacy. Okay, everybody. We got it. Thank you. All right, everybody, be good. I love you guys. God bless. Prayers. Have a good day tomorrow. Do something fun. I'll try to put those phone calls up for y'all, okay? And so you have something to listen to if you want, and you can see if they're new. And then say we'll meet again, God willing, tomorrow and go through more of this. I love you guys, and again, be good. Stay safe. And prayers for all that need them. We all need prayers. So prayers for everybody because everybody needs them for whatever their needs are. And God knows that. So just everyone, peace, love, and light to all. Yes, that's good. Heart made wise, right? Okay, guys, be good. God bless and take care.